All right, let me preface this with I'm a lifelong collector and researcher. These are specimens that I've either found, bought, or were gifts over the years. No animals have been harmed by me to obtain their osteological specimens. I've made a lot of positive changes in my life, one of which was breaking out of a toxic cultural mindset. I live in the Midwest, and round here, real men kill animals, and the ones who don't ain't much of a man in the eyes of the rest. There's two main reasons for killing animals in this culture. One, because they're considered nuisance animals on the property, and two, because they love hunting. I have no problems with ethical hunting practices to feed your family. I do it myself. But trophy hunting and or over-harvesting is wrong. The majority are absolutely barbaric about pest control, killing anything that is even remotely an annoyance to the way they want their property to operate. You'll hear raccoons getting into this, squirrels getting into that, birds making nests in the barn, gophers digging in my yard, coyotes are evil. The answer is always the same: kill with extreme prejudice. They will often brag about the sickest things. I used to work for a property management company in the city years ago as a maintenance worker, and I would often hear the crew exchanging stories about animals they trapped in attics or other areas of the buildings that we worked at. They laughed as they described baiting the traps with chocolate, which would leave the animal in a weak and sickly state, if not outright poisoned to death. They would then share how they would put the animals down if still alive. One guy's preferred method was filling a barrel full of water and putting the trap inside, drowning the creature in the cage. Another guy's favorite method was to place the trap inside a large garbage bag, place the mouth of the bag around the tailpipe of his truck, and let the truck run. Others would take them to city limits and put a hole in their head. They would laugh about this. These men looked at me as if I was extremely weak because I let my catches go in the woods, mocking me for doing so and talking shit behind my back. This isn't an isolated case either. My grandfather, my stepfather, my male cousins, my cousins' husbands, classmates and their family, other coworkers at other jobs, neighbors, and just about every single male human in my general area have their stories that they love to share about how brutal they are to the local wildlife. Sadly, many of the Midwestern women aren't much different either. They just parrot what their husbands say. You gotta kill them, or they'll get in the house and tear everything up. Or, they'll get your chickens. Certain family members have even said they want to shoot my raccoons, adding, "Why the hell would you do that, boy?" As a kid, we were encouraged to shoot squirrels, pigeons, chipmunks, opossums, raccoons, etc., by the men in our families. Most of us even had the means to do it at a young age. I'm ashamed to admit that I was indoctrinated into this mentality as a child. The cartoons, movies, popular toys, etc., were all training us to be hunters from day one. But not just hunters, exterminators. This is the culture here, and in most of the rural parts of America. Breaking out of this mindset has alienated me from many in my life. It has made life harder, but ultimately I'm much more glad to be where I'm at now. To me, this is infinitely more peaceful, educational, and fulfilling. Don't even get me started on how most people perceive snakes and reptiles around here. Let's just say their favorite saying is, "The only good one is a dead one." Wildlife is already facing many extreme hardships because of how humans have altered the environment. Many struggle to find enough food, clean water, homes, and to reproduce. Our farmlands, cities, mini malls, roads, golf courses, and the resources required for all of this is destroying their homes. The same people that like hurting them have even fewer cares about destroying their habitat. And I didn't even make mention of sport fishing, the pastime of ripping lips. For every person like me, there's 1,000 or more who aren't, who greatly enjoy hurting wildlife. I show animals kindness because most of humanity seems not to. Many men believe themselves to be tough by taking lives. I don't believe that taking a life makes you tough. If it must be done, I'll do it. But the barbaric nature of the dominator mindset, laughing about ending creatures' lives, is disgusting. These same people would punch you in the face if you said something about their dog or cat in that way. But I digress. I'm doing this because if you see that they're intelligent and that they're capable of being gentle and relaxed with us, it might make it a little harder to destroy them in ignorance. It might make you wake up like I did. I understand that this message might fall on deaf ears, but for those of you that are listening, if humanity doesn't wake up soon, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And we will only continue to create more suffering for ourselves and for those that we seek to dominate with a heavy hand and calloused heart.